Limeira News with Roberto Gardinalli. This is November 2023 edition. This video was recorded on November 23rd, 2023. My name is William, ESL teacher, English for Brazilians. Tonight Idiomas is an English school based on Limeira City, São Paulo State, Brazil, with online classes focused on speaking skills and listening comprehension. Dial 98983518353 or access Instagram Tonight Idiomas and get in touch with me to schedule a demo class, refer Tonight Idiomas to others. Everybody needs to learn English. English is a global language, the language of business, of pleasure and entertainment, the language of trip, of tourism. And Limeira News is a monthly news report presented by journalist Roberto Gardinalli in partnership with Tonight Idiomas. Ladies and gentlemen, the best journalist of Limeira region is bringing us news from Limeira and region. He's going to speak a lot about, especially November. The month of November was a hard month when we talk about temperature and weather conditions, and also about sports. Mr. Roberto Gardinalli, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for this kind presentation. Thank you very much for this space again. It's a pleasure to be here, another edition of Limeira News, and let's talk a lot about the facts of this month of November.
This is the first news of today. Windstorm knocked down walls and falling trees.
Yes, Limeira faced some violent storms during this month of November, but the most violent one happened between last weekend, and according to the civil defense, the municipal civil defense, something about 83 millimeters of rain fell in Limeira in 20 minutes, which is a lot because this amount of rain is, according to the specialists, is supposed to fall in a period of 1 month in this season between October and November. So we had the amount of rain for 1 month in just 20 minutes in Limeira. And because of that, we had floods around the city, uh, floods in the most known places like Laranjeiras Avenue, the roundabout near the viaduct, because of the flood of the Ribeirão Tatu, which was uh, away from the usual that we commonly see, and also places like um, the avenue that passes in front of Nosso Clube, and that place was the great image of this storm because there a wall fell on a car that was parked there, a wall from the club, and fortunately no one got injured because the car was empty, no one was there, but it was a very dangerous situation. Other place that the city hall registered some floods was Campinas Avenue. In that place, also a wall of a company fell down the ground. No one got injured. According to the city hall, this rain didn't affect the citizens, let's say, with people with the needs to leave their houses or lives that were lost during this rain. But it was the most violent storm of the month, and also according to the civil defense, they registered winds between 60 and 70 kilometers per hour, which is very strong winds uh, for us.
Next news of today. Rainstorm in closed parks, flooded streets, and caused trouble on water and electricity supply.
Yeah, this the previous news that we talked about was just one storm because Limeira faced more storms during this month, especially in the beginning of the month when the city faced some windstorms and strong rains during the between 3rd and 4th of November. During these days, some places of the city became they lost their electricity, and people stayed without electricity in their houses for 3 or 4 days until the company that is responsible for the power distribution of the city fix everything, especially the places at the rural area of the city, like Pires, Pinhal, Loyolas, and other places like that. Also, the City Hall followed the recommendations of the State Civil Defense to close parks to avoid injuries with falling trees. We had some holidays during this month, and people, of course, went to those places like Parque Cidade, Bosque Maria Teresa to hike or just spend some time there. But because of the weather conditions, the city hall decided to close those places to avoid some injuries for those people, especially related uh, to falling trees. Now the parks are already open again, and we still don't have any alerts of storms for the next days. But this is what happened in our region during these days when we talk about storms and windstorms, a chaos that took place in the region.
Next news of today, it's about the weather and the heat wave we faced in November 2023, the hottest month ever.
Yeah, we can say that November was one of the craziest weather related months of the of this year because in one month we had storms and we have now we had heat waves hitting the region. According to CEPAGRE Unicamp, which is the weather authority of our region, this heat wave was caused by, is not the only cause, but it's one of the main reasons. It was caused by the El Nino phenomenon, which started in the middle of the year between April until July, and it's supposed to last until 2024. This phenomenon made the weather become crazy like we are seeing with storms and heat waves. Talking about Limeira, we are facing heat waves since September. We had one October, we had another now in November we had also, but the first ones that we faced, the temperature didn't reach the 40 Celsius degrees, but now in November we had days that our city faced 40 degrees, 40 Celsius degrees, which is, as you said, made the month of November the hottest month in Limeira's history.
And the last news of today, it's about sports, about Paulistão 2024 Football Championship. Rafael defined Inter de Limeira group.
Yes, Inter de Limeira started its preparation for the championship, the one of the hardest soccer championships in Brazil, the first division of Paulista Championship, and uh, the raffle defines the group that Inter de Limeira will be, and the team is with Corinthians, Red Bull Bragantino, and also Mirassol, which is one of the strongest groups of the championship. Of course, according to the rules of the championship, Inter de Limeira will not play against those teams unless they go to the next round. But of course, when we have such strong teams like Corinthians and Red Bull, it shows us that this championship will be very hard for especially for the teams of the interior. Of course, Mirassol is also a very strong team, and Inter de Limeira is starting to set their team for this championship, but it will be a very hard championship for the Limeiras team. And there is a curious and fun fact about this raffle is that the two teams from Campinas, Guarani, and Ponte Preta they are in the same group of the championship. Ponte Preta was the champion of the second division of Paulista Championship this year, and now they will have this indirect uh, challenge against Guarani there, and it will be a very fun championship to watch.
And this is the end of this edition, Limeira News, November 2023. And I want to thank everybody who watched our video, whether it is on Instagram, whether it is on YouTube. Follow our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, of course. I want to thank Roberto for bringing to us those news and protect from windstorm and rainstorm when civil defense always alert us, especially by the media on TV, radio, internet. They are sending us audios, videos, SMS messages. So be alert to this and protect yourself from the heavy weather, especially windstorms and rainstorms. Thank you, Robert. See you next month. By the way, we're about to complete 4 years of Limeira News. The fourth season of Limeira News is coming.
Yeah. And I want to thank you for this partnership since the beginning of Limeira News when we started with live streams on Instagram. Now we increased for a recorded and edited video with subtitles and more. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody that watches and shares the video. It's very important. And see you next in the next edition of Limeira News, and be safe. Take care with those storms and windstorms.
See you. Bye.
Bye bye.